Okay, Granny. Okay, just tell me like what life was like during World War II.
Okay, during World War II, it was very tough for me because I was left with 3 small children, aged 4, 2, and 6 months.
Yeah.
And I lived off in a road about a quarter of a mile, and I had to carry groceries, I had to carry coal, tend to the livestock, which is milking cows and feeding the hogs and the chickens, and had a horse. And it really had to climb a hill to the barn, which made it very difficult.
Yeah.
We didn't have no electric. We didn't have no running water in the house. We had to do our laundry on a washboard and heat our water. And I had no bathroom on the inside. It was outside.
Well, how was it like trying to get food and stuff like that?
Okay, we went to the grocery store about, say, once a month.
Yeah.
And to the town to buy clothing or shoes, we maybe go, say, 3 months before I'd be in that way.
Yeah.
So we went, shoes was rationed. You didn't get very many shoes unless you had a little coupon to get it with.
Yeah. How was it like having your husband go away to war?
Well, that was very bad, Todd, because I was left alone by myself. And everything was for me to do. And it was a real lonely time of life. Made it hard on me.
Yeah. What did you guys do for entertainment, like while they were away, and like what?
Entertainment?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't do no entertainment, Todd.
None?
No, I didn't know what it was to go to town or go to a picture show.
Yeah.
No, there was no such things as that. The kids didn't go to no ball games or nothing.
What was it like? What was school like?
Well, they had a bus down off about a quarter of a mile for the children, Herbie, the oldest one, to get on and take him to school. And I'd go down there and meet him when he got off the bus and bring him home.
Yeah, so you weren't in school at this time?
No, I had to stay at the house all night.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was about 22 or something like that.
Okay.
And had 3 kids.
Did you have a car or?
No car. See, I couldn't drive.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any car, and the way I got my groceries once a month was to either my father would take me or I'd pack my neighbor down the road from me.
So, like, when he got his draft thing in the mail, what was it like? Did he want to go or?
No, he didn't. He sure did. He was made forced to go.
Yeah.
He didn't volunteer to go.
What did other people think about the war back then?
Well, everybody was really hurt about it. You know, it's taken so many young people away from their community and getting killed and not returning. It was sad.
Yeah. What was your feelings about the other country that was fighting against us?
What did I think of?
Yeah, like the whole thing, the situation.
Well, I couldn't say that I felt real good about it, Todd.
Yeah. Did you want? Oh, let's see. So, like, it was just really hard?
It was a hard life, very hard. Made everything was difficulty.
Yeah.
We didn't have no phone, no electric, or nothing.
Hard to get. How did you pay for everything, like with him off at war?
Okay, to pay for things, we bought a farm, Todd, right about the time that Rick went into service.
Yeah.
And I only drawed $120 a month for me and my 3 kids.
Yeah.
And we had to live on that, buy our groceries, and I had to buy feed for the horse, or the cattle, $120 a month, and I paid $50 a month on our farm.
Yeah.
So now you can see I didn't have much to go on.
How many times, like, a week, or did you go into town to get food and all that?
Todd, sometimes I wouldn't be in town for 4 months.
Really?
That's right. No way to go, and then I had kids, and I couldn't take them to town.
Yeah.
I didn't know hardly what town was.
So it was just like you guys were up on your...
Just back up in the holler, and there we stayed.
Yeah. All the whole time. What was it like when you came home?
Oh, well, everything was different then.
Yeah.
Kids, he could drive, and everything was much better when he come home.
Was there jobs and stuff when you got there?
Well, no, they wasn't. He had a hard time of finding a job of work. There wasn't any work then at that time, Todd.
None?
He couldn't hardly find a job whenever he got out.
So it was really hard when he got back to get things going?
He didn't have, see, when he come back, then my check stopped.
Yeah.
And we didn't have no income at all.
Did the Army pay anything, or?
Well, no, see, the Navy.
Yeah.
His pay Greg got very little bit, and whenever he come home and got discharged out of service, they stopped that $120 that I was drawing.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any income at all. And he couldn't hardly find a job of work. It was for a long time before he found a job of work.
What did he finally do?
Well, he just worked for a little old job here and there until he got started in arm work, and he worked on the highway a little bit, and then he just drifted from one job to another.
Yeah.
So it was really hard.
Yeah. Well, is he there?
Yeah, Briggs here now. You want to talk to him?
Sure.
Okay, and I'll get him for you.
Okay. I don't know.
How you doing, Todd?
Fine.
Good. You sound good.
Okay.
Sound good, huh?
Yeah.
Now, what you want to do? Where we going to pick up at tonight?
Same thing about. Just start telling how it was like while you're off fighting.
Yeah. Have you got your recorder lined out now?
Yeah.
You think it's working?
Yeah, it is.
Well, good. Something piled up last night about it.
Yep.
Well, let's see. Where were we at last night?
You were talking about what it was like being off fighting.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to tell that little trip, that journey took over through the Pacific during the war?
Yeah.
Well, let's see now. Well, see, in 1944 in February, they drafted me in the Navy. I went to Great Lakes, Illinois, boot camp 5 weeks, 6 weeks is what boot camp.
Yeah.
Then I got out of boot camp, and I got 2 weeks, I believe it's 2 weeks home. And then from there, back here to the family, I had my wife and 3 little babies, and I had to leave them here at the house for themselves. And I went from there, they shipped me to Shoemaker, California.
Yeah.
And on Mother's Day in 1944, they loaded me on the ship, and I went over to Hawaii. I pulled in there to Hawaii, and that's on that ship there, we pulled into the docks. And the funniest thing happened there, something I never saw before in my life. You know, at that time, I had never, in my whole life, ever saw a man wearing short pants.
Really?
I'd never in my life. That was the first time in my life I ever saw a man in short pants. And when that ship pulled up the docks, out on the docks was hundreds of people out there. All the men had on short pants.
Yeah.
And that was the oddest looking thing I ever saw. And I stayed there, I think it was 18 days. It sent us from there by train out to Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
In the back of Pearl Harbor, they had a barracks or base up there, a naval base. On top of the hill, they called it Schofield Barracks. Or Schofield Base, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
We up on the mountain, back of Pearl Harbor. I stayed there about 2 weeks. Then I was assigned to my regular ship, with USS Hull, a destroyer.
Yeah.
And put on that ship and went from there into Marshall Islands. And I stayed there at Marshall Islands. Of course, Marshall Islands had already been, had been run off on it. It was already declared secured. Then from Marshall Island, I went into the Mariana Island, where the Saipan, Tinian, and Guam is.
Yeah.
they was fighting there at that time. Well, when they secured that, and then I went from there into the Philippines and Lady Harbor.
Yeah.
And I spent that Christmas in Lady Harbor there.
What was it like for the first, like being away from home at Christmas?
Oh, it's bad, Todd. I was homesick. Oh, I was homesick and seasick. Oh, Lord, I get so seasick out of that water.
Yeah.
I get so seasick. And then anyway, well, the one time we went for, I was on that water for 89 days and never saw no land. Like one day it'd been 3 months, never saw a scrap of land.
Yeah.
You know, go to bed at night just before the sun is going down, look out over the water as far as you can see the water. Get up the next morning, the same thing again. For 89 days, I began to think there wasn't no land.
Yeah.
It began to seem that way. Well, anyway, then I went from Pearl Harbor up to the Philippines, had another invasion up there. They put troops on the beach there in a place they call Mentador, in the Philippines. And it's in Mentador there. I can't recall the exact dates on that, Todd, how many days they played that.
Yeah.
I'd say about a couple of months, something like that, in Mentador. And then from there into the Leavitt Gulf, that's the gulf that leads up into Manila. That's the capital of the Philippines. And there's invaded, taking that little territory in there. And I was there in Manila, that the Leavitt Gulf. That's the name of that gulf reach. There's a gulf reach up in there where the ships go up in there.
Yeah.
And we patrolled them out that gulf, just back and forth across it to keep, enemy ships out, submarines and things like that.
Yeah. What was your duty in the Navy?
I was a seaman second class. Seaman second class on a deckhand, what they call a deckhand.
Yeah.
On the USS Hull, a deckhand.
So you handled the guns and the big.
Huh?
What did you handle, like the big guns?
Do what now, Todd?
What'd you handle, the big guns?
Yeah, see, I was assigned to gun. Everybody, no matter what your job is on the ship, you're assigned to a certain gun station.
Yeah.
And I was assigned to a gun station with a 5-inch gun.
Yeah.
And my job was loading it, we call the bullets projectors. That's what they call them a bullet. And my job was putting the projectors in the gun.
Yeah.
And those projectors, they were 5 inch in diameter, and it's about 2.5 foot long, and they weighed 65 pounds each.
Yeah.
Big, about all you lift up, 65 pounds, and I got good on putting them in there. We all got good on that gun, and I could put in 26 and 28 of them a minute.
Yeah.
That gun was fire, 26 and 28 a minute. That was rapid fire.
Yeah.
And then from that, see, and then when you wasn't in fighting, you'd out on the deck and clean the deck off, scrape the old paint off, put new paint on, kept it swept down, washed down, kept the ship a shining. Every minute you wasn't in fighting, so you had at your gun station, you was working on the ship, keep it cleaned up. There's 342 men on that ship with it. It's pretty sad at times, pretty sad it was.
Yeah.
And get locked in the gun station, the worst thing, get locked in that gun station in battle. Sometimes battle lasts maybe 4 and 5 and 6 days, a week, 10 days, and you didn't leave it. You was in there and all the doors closed.
Yeah.
They're watertight doors, and you was in there loading them shells in. Had a magazine in the bottom of the ship, and them shells, bullets and shells come up on an automatic elevator. You come up in your handling room where your guns be, and you put them in the gun barrel.
Yeah.
That's where they shot them. And you stay in there maybe 5, or as long as the battle was on, say 5 or 6 days, a week, something like that. And they had what they call a repair party. That's what the name, a repair party. And they go to the gallery and get your food and bring to you.
Yeah.
They come down through in the bottom of the ship. They come up through a hatch up in the bottom of your handling room.
Yeah.
Around the hatch, and hand your food up to you. In that. Then you had to go outdoors. Your bathroom, you use a powder can or something. See, use that and had to pass that back down to them. They'd take and dispose of it. You was in there for as long as the battle was going on. You didn't shave, you didn't wash, you didn't do nothing.
Yeah. Was your
battle ring, that battle alarm ring, you had 2 minutes to get to your battle station. No matter where you're at, that's all the time they give you, 2 minutes to get to that station. If you was in the shower shaving, say you had about half shaved, you had to go and you stay in that handling room 4 or 5 or 6 days with half your beard on and half off.
Yeah. Was your ship ever hit?
It was only hit that one time, a piece of shrapnel, Todd, is all.
Yeah.
And that shrapnel hit right where my bunk was. It burned my bunk. But that wasn't a shell direct hit. That was just, where them shells explode maybe 10 or 20 or 30 foot out the ship.
Yeah.
It's a piece of the shell went in the ship.
Yeah.
That was the only time it ever hit, Todd.
So, and you said that you were around Hiroshima and that?
Huh?
You said you were around Hiroshima?
Yeah, I stayed a long time. I was there a long time before the troops come, and I stayed there. That it's all secured. Well, yeah.
Yeah?
I was right there when they raised that flag. I saw them raise that flag up. It wasn't no big deal to him. It turned out to be a regular symbol, didn't it?
So you were there when they surrendered?
Yeah, I was there, yeah.
You saw them raise the flag then?
I saw them raise the flag, sure did, Todd. I was right there when they raised it.
When did you get to come back home to America?
Let's see, I was over there in 44, and I come back in October of 45. I wasn't over there too long, see, February 44 to October 45.
Yeah?
Or September 45.
What was it like coming back?
Oh, it was a jolly time coming back, buddy.
Yeah?
We decorated that ship like decorating a Christmas tree.
Yeah?
See, I went from Iwo Jima to Okinawa, and I left from Okinawa coming home.
Yeah?
Yeah, buddy, that's a fine trip coming back, I'll tell you.
What was it like trying to get a job when you
What?
trying to get a job when you got back and trying to get...
There wasn't no way to get a job, Todd, and I got back here.
Yeah?
Pick up a little job, what didn't pay nothing.
Yeah?
See, I think the first job I got when I come back was, this man had putting some of these prefab houses.
Yeah?
You know what they put in these panels,
Yeah?
He lived down below, and he told me I needed the money bad. I'd mortgaged my little home I had, and had an old car, and I mortgaged it for $300, and that was all gone. No money to spend, the guy grossed us. And he had a little job. They gave me $3 a day. And I said, well, that's better than nothing. I worked for him about a week or 10 days. And then I got a job at State Highway, driving a dump truck. I worked that State Highway job. I just forget exactly how long now. Not too awful long ago, until things kind of picked up a little bit. Finally got straightened up. Boy, I had a time, for a year, about a year and a half, we like to starve out. Had nothing to eat and no money and nothing.
How was it, like... How was it coming out of the war and come back to civilian life?
I wasn't in there that long, Todd, it didn't take me long to adjust back to it, no.
Yeah?
I was in there only, I was over, I think, 19 months, I believe. 19 months is all I was over there.
Yeah?
It wouldn't have been like some of them guys over 4 or 5 years.
Yeah?
That was long enough for me, though.
Yeah?
Plenty long.
Well... Yeah. 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 Well, thank you. Well, that's plenty. Thanks. It's a report for school. Yeah.